everyone, welcome back to Lime Time. My name is Reagan and today we're going to be doing some Disney movie trivia. So last time we did some Pixar movie trivia and I just thought it was really fun. So today we're just going to be asking some typical Disney questions from some of your favorite movies. So let's get started. All right. So how to play, I will show and read the question to you along with the multiple choice answers. You can write down or comment below which answer you think is right, or you can just play along for fun. I will go over the answers at the end so that you can see how you did, so good luck. All right, number one, in The Lion King, how is Simba related to Scar? Scar is Simba's father, Scar is Simba's uncle, Scar is Simba's grandpa, or Scar is Simba's cousin. Give you a few seconds. All right, number two, in what country does Beauty and the Beast take place in? A, Italy, B, United States, C, France, or D, England? All right, number three, in Lilo and Stitch, what's Stitch's original name? A, Experiment 626, B, Experiment 646, C, Alien 626, or It Was Always Stitch? Number four, in Aladdin, what is the name of the genie? A, Robin, B, Jean, C, Abu, D, none of the above. All right, number five, which of these songs is from Hercules? A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes, B, Colors of the Wind, C, Go the Distance, or D, Part of Your World? Number six, in Peter Pan, which water animal is after Captain Hook? A, a shark, B, a giant squid, C, barracuda, or D, a crocodile? Number seven, what is the name of Tarzan's elephant friend? A, Tantor, B, Kala, C, Clayton, or D, Turk? All right, last question. Which Disney movie is planned to come to theaters as a live-action movie in the near future? A, The Little Mermaid, B, Mulan, C, Cruella, which is a villain origin story from 101 Dalmatians, or D, all of the above? All right, time for the answers. Let's see how you did. Number one, in The Lion King, how is Simba related to Scar? And the answer is B, Scar is Simba's uncle. Number two, in what country does Beauty and the Beast take place in? And the answer is C, France. Number three, in Lilo and Stitch, what's Stitch's original name? And the answer is A, Experiment 626. Number four, in Aladdin, what is the name of the genie? And the answer is D, none of the above. His name is Genie. It was kind of like a little bit of a trick question. Number five, which of these songs is from Hercules? A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes, B, Colors of the Wind, or C, Go the Distance, or D, Part of Your World? The answer is Go the Distance. And as a matter of fact, we were just listening to A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes. Number six, in Peter Pan, which water animal is after Captain Hook? A, a shark, B, a giant squid, C, a barracuda, or D, a crocodile? The answer is D, crocodile. Number seven, in Tarzan, what is the name of Tarzan's elephant friend? And the answer is A, Tantor. Last question, which Disney movie is planned to come to theaters as a live-action movie in the near future? And the answer is D, all of the above. They don't have a picture for The Little Mermaid yet, but Mulan is coming out hopefully pretty soon. So that's something to look forward to. That is all I have planned for you guys today, so we'll see you next time.
Hi, I'm Haley, and I'm going to be taking you on a tour today of my hometown, which is Naperville, Illinois. It's about 3 hours from Iowa City and about an hour from Chicago. It's a Chicago suburb, and I'm just going to be taking you downtown today and to a few of my favorite spots around the city and what makes it home to me. I hope you enjoy. We're going to start our tour at Naper Settlement, which is an outdoor 19th century living history museum that serves to show what life would have been like for people in northern Illinois in towns such as Naperville at the time. Naper Settlement, it was the first people that settled, well, the settlers of Naperville first lived here, and we've preserved it for historical purposes and educational purposes. And in school, I know my schools went to field trips here a couple times. And right here, for example, is the first fire department built, and then there's different shops like a printing press, an old house, a stone mill, and a blacksmith shop. Next stop we'll be making is to Safety Town, which is run by the Naperville Junior Women's Club in cooperation with the Naperville Police and Fire Departments. It's a miniature town, and it teaches various health and safety skills to children of various different ages. I'm at Safety Town. It is a miniature village, like a little city, and it's where kids can go and preschoolers to learn about rules of the road and basic safety facts to live and succeed in a city or town. So this is a little bit better of a view of Safety Town. There's replicas of streets and stop signs, and kids can ride their tricycles and learn basic rules of the road and how to safely live in their neighborhoods. And this is just a little replica of a neighborhood, and it has little stores so kids can learn basic skills.
And Halloween.
And there's also Halloween activities and trick-or-treating so kids can safely participate in Halloween. This is the Naperville Carillon. It's one of the few carillons in Illinois, and it plays pretty bell music. There's, I believe, 263 steps to get to the top, and on a clear day you can see the Chicago skyline, even though we're about 45 minutes to an hour from Chicago. And you can go on a guided tour all the way up. Flowing through downtown Naperville is the DuPage River, and there's a river walk built up around the river with lots of scenic paths and also shops built up along the way. There's also restaurants, and a new hotel just went in, and this is just some views of the scenery and a family of ducks. And there's a lot to do in this area, and the river brings a bit of tourism, so there's always a lot of fun to have along the river walk. In the water, there's a lot of different varieties of fish. I've even seen water snakes and frogs and muskrats, and a lot of people as well like to canoe and kayak along the river. There were a lot of quarries in downtown Naperville because there used to be a lot of mining happening in the area, but they've since been filled in, and as there are quarries now, this one pictured is a paddleboat quarry, so you can enjoy the water in that way or paddleboard. Another one of our quarries was filled in to make a giant swimming pool, and it's called Centennial Beach because there's a bunch of sand put in at the end of the beach, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of people enjoy swimming there and hanging out, and it's got a nice view of the Carillon, as you can see. So as I was saying, there are many shops and restaurants in downtown Naperville. This is me just walking down a couple main streets. And we just got a Molly's Cupcakes like you might recognize from Iowa City. So these are some clips from our Molly's Cupcakes. We also have a Starbucks Reserve in downtown Naperville, which is basically just a larger Starbucks with a larger menu. And it's got some cool scenery and modern design, so I threw in a few pictures of that. Another place in Naperville that's important to me is Sharko's Barbecue because that's where I've worked for the past 3 years. It's a local family-owned business, and there's only 2 locations, and both are in Naperville, but they've got really good barbecue and really good sides. The final place I'm going to show you is the Springbrook Prairie Forest Preserve, which is one of my favorite places in Naperville. It's about a mile from my house, one of the trail entrances, and it's got a lot of beautiful scenery, and it's got trails that are nice for running or biking on, or just enjoying a nice walk. And there's a lot of native species of plants, so we've got a lot of beauty in this area. Right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned a little bit about Naperville and why it's special to me. Have a great week.
Hello, my name is Jonathan Ida, and today I'm going to be playing the paper plate drawing game. The paper plate drawing game is a game in where my friend Delaney is going to read me instructions, and I have to try and draw what she tells me to draw on this paper plate, and hopefully it turns out to be a good picture. Probably won't, because I can't draw a good picture anyway if I'm looking at it. So, here we go.
Draw grass on the ground. Draw the sun with rays in the sky.
I feel like my triangles aren't connected.
Draw 2 flowers in the grass that are not touching. Draw 2 birds in the sky under the sun. Draw a ball in between the flowers. Draw 1 cloud in the sky next to the sun. Take the plate off and look at your drawing.
That is not that bad, actually. So right here's my grass, and here's my flower. Turns out my petals got a little bit off to the side, and those were supposed to be the leaves on the stem. This flower was a little bit at least closer to the original stem. That's supposed to be a basketball. Those are my 2 birds, and that's my sun, and that's my cloud.
All right. Score 1 point if the sun is in the sky.
That's 1.
Score 1 point if none of the sun's rays overlap.
That's not 1.
Score 1 point if your flowers do not touch. Score 1 point if your flowers are in the grass.
Does that one count?
No. Score 2 points if your birds are under the sun. Score 1 point if your ball is in between the flowers. Score 1 point if your cloud is not touching any grass or flowers. All right. How many points do you
I got 4.
All right. 4 to beat. Ready for the next one? Draw a campfire on the ground.
Okay.
Draw the moon in the sky.
Waning crescent. Doesn't matter.
You pick. Draw 3 stars that are in a straight line.
Can't even cross them.
Draw a tree next to the campfire.
Okay.
Draw a marshmallow on a stick over the campfire, but not touching the fire.
It's a little bit specific. Okay.
Draw a triangle for a tent under the moon. Take the plate off your head and look at your drawing.
Now this one is significantly worse. First off, my pen died, and okay. So that's my tent, technically under the moon. The marshmallow was a little bit away from the campfire, but that's right. The stars weren't aligned.
It looks like you only did 2 of them.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, score 1 point if the campfire is on the ground.
It's a little bit below the ground, but yeah.
Score 1 point if the moon is near the top of the drawing. Score 2 points if your 3 stars are in a straight line. Score 1 point if your tree is next to the campfire.
Roll.
Score 2 points if your tent is under the moon. Score 2 points if your marshmallow is on a stick over the fire but not touching it.
Now, how close is over the fire?
I mean, it's above your tent, so I wouldn't necessarily count it. That's it.
That's 6. Let's go. Thank you guys for tuning in for this week's video of the paper plate drawing game. Thank you.
Hi guys, it's Shai. So today, instead of doing a normal video, I'm going to show you a few unique things that are in my hometown. So the first thing that I wanted to show you guys is this place called Old Threshers, and every year our town holds this event, and a lot of people bring tractors in, and it's just a lot of fun, and there's lots of good food. And the first place is called the Log Village. So this place is like the olden time little thing. There's like this little village where like all the sewing goes down, which is really fun. And that is where there's normally a bunch of food. You can get what's called sarsaparilla. And then over here we have this little barn, and it's kind of cute. And typically there's like horses and everything in here, and you get to pet them. So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, there's just a bunch of little buildings out here, and it's a lot of fun to just be at when there's people here. And then this is where all the animals normally are. There's normally like chickens and cows. And over here with all of those flowers, you have the little one-room schoolhouse. And if the windows were open, I would show you inside. But it's one of those old-time schoolhouses that are a lot of fun, and it's just really cute. Normally when Old Threshers is going on, there is an actual teacher that goes in there, and you can sit in for a class in the one-room schoolhouse, which is really cool. All right, on to the next spot. All right, so this next place is still at Old Threshers, but it's on the complete opposite side of town. It's this little strip thing, which is like an old town west, like an old western town. And during Old Threshers, they always have all of these shops open. You can pretend to be in jail. There's actual like old western cops that will come and arrest you. Not for real, but they like play arrest you. You have like a fake bank where you can play with like money and stuff, which is pretty cool. You have the quilt shop where you can get your own custom quilt, which is really cool. And then my favorite place though is this place called the Saloon, and it's like this old time little shop, and you can go in and there's people dancing and there's lots of music. It's always fun. People are always performing. And then one other fun thing about Old Threshers is there's always a train going. So over there, right here, that is the train station, and you can jump on this big black train, which is really fun. And then there's like the water station, and sometimes they'll water the train down. But yeah, that is super, it's always fun, it's always going, and you can like ride on it. And then in this white building right over here, that's where you can play in the spelling bee, and they have a little garden too where you can like garden, and it's kind of like the schoolhouse at the other place, which is really cool. And they have all kinds of different events that go on all week for Old Threshers. So yeah, that's Old Threshers for you. And now I will take you to a different place. Alright, so and then one of the other things that I think is pretty unique about my hometown, Mount Pleasant, is this church. It's really it's really tall, and it has really pretty stained glass windows. I don't know if you can see that, but when you're inside at night, then when the light shines through, it's just super pretty. There's like all kinds of colors. It also reminds me of like kind of like the cathedrals in Spain, so that's pretty cool. And then I think we have time to to go to one more pretty cool spot, so I'll show you that. And then this next place is called the Wooden Park, which I think is kind of cool because not a lot of places have a wooden park. So this is another thing in Mount Pleasant, which is kind of fun. We got like a little barn and everything, and it's kind of fun for kids to play on and to explore and things like that. So here you go. Alright, so and then the last video here that I will, like the last little place that I wanted to show you, is called Cranes Pond. And it's just really pretty, I think. And it's got a couple swings and stuff that you can always sit on and lounge on. And there's like plenty of space for like dogs to run, and then you can see a train tracks in the back. You can always watch the trains go. And so I think it's just a really peaceful place to be, and I think it's kind of special to Mount Pleasant. I mean, I know there's parks everywhere, but I think it's pretty fun. And so, well, I hope that you had fun on our little tour of Mount Pleasant, and that you enjoyed looking at Old Threshers with me and coming to Cranes Pond and seeing the church. I hope you guys have a great day, and bye.